that button. We talked about press. Okay. Okay. So we wanted to do this call because we've been listening to some calls and we've been really inspired, and we realized that it's the last solid week. Like next Wednesday is Halloween, so that means we have 7 days. 7 days. And so obviously when you're pushing for promotion, you're pushing all month long. But at the end of the month, you turn it up to like supersize, like you turn it all the way up and past that. And so you're revving your engine all month long, and this is like the final show. So we wanted to talk about like, what we've done. And so I think I'll talk about what I did for Double Diamond because that's the last promotion that I've hit. And I just think, every promotion was different, but I feel like I was much more aware of what I did for Double, or that's what I remember the best. So Double Diamond, I went Double Diamond last March, and I went to conference right before that and came home and got to work. And I needed like 15 distributors still, like going to conference. So I had like a month and a half to get those 15 distributors and all the volume that I needed. And I was working full time, finishing my master's degree. So I was finishing my practicum and my big oral presentation that I had to do. That was at the end of, I think I did it at the very beginning of April. So I was prepping for that, promoting to Double Diamond, working, and Wyatt was however many months old he was, a little over a year at that point. So it was literally late nights, early mornings, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. I remember during that month, Dustin saying or at the end of the month, the last couple of days, he was like, he would get home and I'd be like, I gotta go work. And he was like, I thought you told me this wasn't going to happen. I'm like, it's happening. But he heard the internal struggles that I had all month long because he's my husband. And so he got to hear all of that, which is super fun for them. So gosh, where was I going with that? Anyways, internal struggles are normal, but I will tell you that things that I think about that I did is asking for favors, which we can talk more in depth. Host post wasn't even a thing then. So I did all of the things that I normally did, but I turned it up and my intention was so solid. I wasn't paying attention to what anyone else was doing besides myself. If I ever had a moment where I was like, oh, I wonder what so-and-so's doing, on my people on my team, I was like, no, if you're wondering what someone else is doing, you need to be working. So yes, you're going to be communicating with your team and the people that are in, that are going, if you're going Diamond, if you have an Emerald and a Ruby, you're going to be communicating with them daily because you're talking about placements and you're signing customers, but it has to be so intentional that you literally have your blinders on. This is 7 days we're talking about. We're not talking about the next, this is going to carry you into next month too. So, but this is 7 days of focused energy and work and no BS, no excuses, making sacrifices around, to make things happen. So saying no to things, getting a lot less sleep, drinking a lot more coffee or soda or whatever your poison is. Not cooking elaborate meals, which I know seems silly, but I'm sorry. If it takes me an hour to make dinner, to make a fancy dinner, and I can make a dinner in 20 minutes because I do something easier, I'm going to do something that's easier. We're going to eat more takeout in the next week because I'm trying to help people promote. You know what I'm saying? Those are things that I'm not going to look back on and be like, oh, I gained 30 pounds because I ate poorly for a week. No, that's not going to happen. It's not. I've heard people talk, and those are bigger promotions, but I've heard people talk about eating little things that take up time. Washing dishes, using paper plates, I've heard different people, and these are bigger promotions that I'm talking about, presidential and ambassador, but I'm like, that makes so much sense because you do spend a lot of time doing little things like that. And it's how can you cut down, time? I was finishing laundry tonight and I was like, okay, I'm going to we're good on laundry for the next week. I know we all have enough clothes for laundry. That's one less thing I can do to help people promote. I had the conversation with Justin that I have every month that I'm pushing hard to help people promote, or when I've been promoting, I'm like, so this is what's happening this month. And then the last week or so, I'm like, so I need you to be home as soon as you possibly can. And when you get home, I need an hour, or I need 30 minutes, or whatever, or you immediately go into dad mode and I'm out. And he's really good about that because he expects it and he knows it. If you haven't had that conversation, it is a must. You need to have those conversations if you are pushing for promotion, period, end of story. If you are serious about it and you're intentional and you're not like, well, I might go Ruby this month. I know I've been trying for it for a while, but I really think it's going to happen this month. They're not going to believe you and they're not going to back you up. So you have to be serious about it. Like, you have to be flipping serious about it. The intention has to be there. The belief has to be there because, yeah, go for it. Sorry.
I said something real quick. I think a lot of people's, for one, I think you need to put it, I think we need to put it out there more. Meaning you have, if you don't believe your promotion, like bouncing off what Kelly just said, if you do not believe that you're going to hit a promotion, no one else is going to believe you. And you're not even, like, you're not going to hit it because you don't believe it. What if you are 2,000 volume away from your promotion? I know people that gotten 5,000 volume in what? Half of a month? Like, insane. All by themselves. And it's like, you have to want it so bad, it makes you want to, like, throw up almost. It sounds like kind of crazy and kind of like a little crazy. But I'm telling you right now, like, if you don't want it that badly to where, like, you get, like, this is how I went double. I would stay up so late and wake up early. I'm not saying you have to do that, but I have a child, so I have to do that. Okay, I can't work my business all day long like some people can when they don't have kids. I can't. My toddler's crazy and he runs around and I can't concentrate. So I would stay up so late and wake up so early. I would, like, have you ever been so tired you're just nauseous feeling? Like, you feel sick. That is, like, I let myself get to that point. And it's like, okay, it's time to go to bed at that point. But, like, you have to want it so bad you can't get it. You can't stop thinking about it. I dreamed about it. Like, I literally dreamed about being promoting because I thought about it all the freaking time. And I wrote it down and I did all these things. And that's what I'm doing with Triple Diamond. It's like, I've got away from that a little bit and, like, writing it down because I'm like, it was a belief thing. Like, I didn't believe that I could actually hit it. And I was like, wow, 50,000 in volume's a lot. But then I'm like, you know what, Courtney? I tell myself, like, I thought the same thing for Double Diamond. I thought the exact same thing. As a diamond, it's 10,000 in volume. I think it was around, like, I'm like 15,000 in volume as a diamond. Some, just depending on the month. And I'm like, 25,000 in volume? Like, I can't do that. Well, no wonder I couldn't do it for a full year because I always said I couldn't. And it's like these little nuggets that really do matter that you think doesn't matter. It does. Like, little nuggets that you say out loud or thoughts, like, you are what you think. I love that saying. You are what you think because it's so freaking true. Like, I have this is kind of like off of The Secret. I don't know if everyone's watched it, but, like, I can now catch myself if I'm in, like, in a bad mood or, like, a negative at that moment. And of course, I'm not perfect. I have my moments that I, like, know how to turn it off. I'm like, why am I like this? I'm the only one being negative. I'm the only one doubting. I'm the only one this, like, I need to fix it. So guess what? I turn to something that's going to help me not think that way. So, like, today I was like, wow, I have not watched, like, a YouTube video in a hot second. And those were, like, my go-tos, like Get My Fire Lit. Like, that was my personal development. And I watched 2 back-to-back, like, as I was working when Lane was asleep. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is what I've been missing. And I was like, I can do this. It helped me believe in myself again. And as long as you're pouring yourself, like, if you're doing personal development and you're really truly, like, writing your affirmations down, saying them, believing in yourself, you can do it. There's no if. Okay, the words that I hate is I'm going to try or if. Like, if it happens or I'm going to try. No, you're going to do it. You're going to make it happen, right? Like, anytime I tell, like, someone I'm promoting, I tell them I'm promoting. So, you know what? There's been so many times that I've said, I'm promoting the double this month. And guess what? I didn't promote. So guess what? I tried again the next month. Who freaking cares? But you know what? The longer you say if, and the longer if you say I'm going to try, then the longer it's going to take for you to promote. You have to understand that you are speaking, like, you're the only one stopping you. If you feel stuck, or if you feel like you're not going anywhere, or you feel like, you know, you're not promoting or whatever you're doing, it's all mindset. Of course it's working too, being consistent, but y'all are all here. Obviously, y'all know how to be consistent in your business. That's how you're on this Zoom. Of course, consistency is a huge part. But like for me, I remember, which I started thinking to myself today, I was like, you know what? I'm going triple diamond. Why am I not talking about it on my posts? I can't remember the last post that I made that like speaking my promotion out loud. And I feel far right now, but you know what? I felt far before double. And you know what? I'm not waiting a whole year to promote again. I'm going triple. And so me, as a person that's promoting by December, this is my goal. I'm putting it out there. I've got to talk about it more, because you know what's going to happen? People are going to cheer you on and really believe, and they're going to be like, I want to help you. Like, how can I help you? Like, you know, then you can tell people, I'm going for a promotion. Can you please like make a post for me or whatever? And people love doing favors for people. You just have to ask. The answer is always no unless you ask. And I know I was so scared, but I remember doing Host to Post when I had promoted to Diamond, but it wasn't called Host to Post then. I watched a YouTube video, and she like signed 72 customers in like 4 days or 2 days or something. And like, she was so far in volume, and she did it in like 2 nights. And it was like
autumn, wasn't it?
Yes, that Zoom was like mind blowing. That was before Host to Post was even like Host to Post, but it was still the kind of the same concept. And it's like, you have to understand too, you have to write down, okay, so for me, this is just, if you're not messaging in, okay, and here's the thing, this is 7 days. Promotion months, just know, promotion months, you have to work the hardest you've ever worked in your life for promotions. Because promotions, if it was easy, everybody would be promoting, right? You know, it's just the truth. People get, you know, it's not always rainbows and sunshine. It's sometimes crying, and sometimes you want to pull your hair out. Sometimes you want to just throw your phone across the room. I get it. There's been those days. But you know what? You have to remember why you're doing this. It all comes back down to that. And then you also have to know, you cannot go to bed until you are done with what you've got to do. If you've sent, say 30 messages that day, and your goal is like, I'm going to say 80 or 100, you best believe you better be sending those messages before you go to sleep. And that was me. It's like, gosh, you know, I'm going to tell you guys, I do not like messaging. If I'd much rather scroll and watch Netflix than message. Who would not rather, right? But the thing is, this business isn't freaking hard, and messaging isn't hard. And we, you know, and that's me. That's like my negative days, and I'm like, I don't feel like doing anything. Like, we have those days, but you know what? That's when you turn on the Zoom. And then today I turned on the Zoom, and I was messaging as I was on there because it was like firing me up. You need that sometimes. You need that push, but you have to remember, you're the one no one's going to push you but yourself. This is your business. This is your promotion. It's up to you. If you don't hit it, like, you have to, at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, did I do everything I possibly could to hit this promotion? Because I know there's been months and months and months since when I was going for double, I was like, man, didn't hit it this month again. Like, what the crap? Like, and it was on me. And I was like trying to point fingers, and I'm like, I try to blame, I don't know, it's easier to blame like people not working, and it's easier to like point fingers. But you know what? At the end of the day, that's my chart, and it's my responsibility. You know, it's great when you have workers, and it's great when you have leaders that are leading your team. It relieves a lot of stress, okay? But you will get there if you don't have it yet, because I'll tell you right now, it took me, I was in the business over a year, and this was on the Zoom. She had 22 months before she found her runner. It was wild, but I was like, oh, I can relate, because not 22 months, but it was over a year until I found my personally enrolled runner. And I was like, wow, finally, and it was just one of those things where I was like, wow, but you know what? I was already diamond by then, and I was already boxed in for double. Mm-hmm. So I made it still happen no matter if I had runners or not, because you have to be your strongest runner. You have to be. And if you're not, and you're going to bed at night, and if you can sleep at night knowing that you only messaged 10 people that day, or you didn't add to your network, or you didn't post or whatever, that's on you. That ain't nobody's fault. And I've had those days, and then I wake up feeling like crap. And guess what? The days that I suck, the next day it's even harder to get back into a good routine. So you have to know you don't have time to suck when you're going for promotions. I just got to put it out there. If the promotion means that much to you, no, if it doesn't, and if you can go to sleep at night and say, okay, I'll try again next month, like that's great. Like that's what you want to do. But if you're someone that's been trying and been wanting to do this and been wanting to promote, you're gonna make it happen. I don't care how far away you are volume wise. Nothing's impossible. Like anything's possible, like if you set your mind to it. And like I hear all of these Zooms, not just one person, but multiple people signing freaking thousands of volume in the last week of their promotion. And that's why that's why I love getting on this call 7 days, because I'm like, 7 days is a lot of time. You think it's like, oh, I only have 7 days. Like if you think of it like that, then you're like, well, yeah, you're not going to do crap. But if you think of it like, okay, I got 7 days, I got more than enough time, you got to be on your A game. And you also got to make sure you are communicating with every single person on your team. You need to communicate with all of your leaders. You need to communicate with all your 400 boxes. You need to communicate with every single person that's working, okay? And you need to ask, how can I help you? Like, what can we do? We need to focus on, training them how to enroll on their own. And also, don't forget about your current customers. Like, we should be messaging them and say, you know what? Hey, I am going for such a huge promotion right now, and I know you're loving the coffee, and I just was wanting to know if you wanted to do like if you wanted to add your greens to the coffee or whatever. Going off. You can just say like, I'm going for a big promotion and I'd love your help or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're already customers, so they're gonna probably buy from you again. Go. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I just wanted to add something about
like I have a fever because
you can do like a giveaway for your current customers. You can say, I'm going to give away 5 days of keto coffee, or I'm going to give away 5 days of collagen, or whatever you have on hand. You can do a giveaway for your current customers. You can message them and say, hey, I just wanted to reach out. Like, tell them you're running a deal. It doesn't matter. Make it up. Like,
I do that all the time. Yeah.
Tell them you're running a deal. Tell them. I'm pretty sure customers right now, if they sign up for emails, at least new customers, they have like a way to get a promotional code. I know that's a newer thing, but like you can figure something out. Do a drawing for your current customers, whatever you want to do. But seriously, Courtney's so right. Those customers that have been using products for a while, even the customers that have just started, they're seeing you post about things. Even if they don't initially respond, if you send them a message now about a promotion, guess what? You're interacting with them on Messenger. Then they're going to see your posts about your promotion, about these products you're selling, about these other products that they might be interested in. Like, super important. So I want to backtrack for a second to something Courtney said, and then I'll toss it back to you, Courtney. But you guys, when Courtney says get loud about it, you need to be blowing your Facebook up. You need to annoy people. You need to be wicked loud. Like, telling people the promotion you're going for, telling people what that kind of money is going to do for your family, telling people tomorrow's the 25th, so volumes and everything will be final tomorrow. Friday's the last Friday of the month. So if it doesn't run tomorrow, it will rerun on Friday. And then if anything needs to be run again, you have to put in a note with customer service. So there will be Monday and Tuesday to figure that out if needed. But if you're not being loud about it, if you're not telling people, I'm 15 cleanses, I'm 20 cleanses away from whatever, like, get loud, count it down, show people what you're doing in your story. You guys, stories, if you are not taking full advantage of stories, you are doing a disservice to your business. Stories is where it's at. I have people messaging me daily, interested in coffee, interested in different things because they're seeing it in my story.
Like, tell your story in your story. if I'm not telling my story in my story, I'm telling someone else's story in my story. There's always an opportunity to post like story on my story. There's always an opportunity to post on my wall every single day. And I feel like, that's doing a promotion, like shouting a promotion out to an opportunity post. Like, two, I think, especially the month that you're promoting, you need to talk about it every single day. Like, like she said, who cares if they see it 27 times? Like, that just shows.
And you're not going to keep doing that like next month.
No.
You'll go back to normal. But like right now, go look at Cheyenne Knox and Morgan Martin's pages right now. They are both promoting to presidential this month. They have been loud about it. They have let everyone know. Everybody knows that they're promoting this month. Everybody. Like, you have to get loud. It doesn't matter how you think because you're going ruby or emerald or diamond that it's not big enough. It's big enough.
Sure.
People want to see you succeed, and when you're telling them what you're going after, they're going to cheer you on. So,
like, I had a conversation with Jacob today, and like, that's the thing. It's like, you have to tell the people who you're surrounded by, whether it's your kids, whether it's, whoever, husband, I don't know, but you've got to tell them, like, if you're, like, I had the conversation with Jacob, and I was like, okay, I think I'm ready. And I was like, okay, no, let me say that again. I'm ready to promote. I said, I'm going to make this happen. I was like, but like, I had to tell him, this goes back to where we just started the conversation, like this Zoom. It's like, I told him, okay, like, I'm gonna need your help. I need you to help me keep me sane through this, because it's not gonna be easy. Might have to rock Wayne sleep a couple nights more than usual. Maybe have to like put your clothes in the dryer for me, like. But he's really good about that anyways. Like, he unloaded the dishwasher this morning, like, when I was still sleeping. I didn't have to ask him. And I'm like, boss. Like, I mean,
you put a gold star on his sticker chart.
And he cooks when he gets home. Y'all, I'm too spoiled. I don't know. But anyways, but I feel like you have to, like, tell. The scariest people to tell is, like, I feel like it's your family. Because you're scared to tell them because you're like, well, what if I don't hit it? And then there you go again with overthinking, like, well, what if it doesn't happen? And it's like, no. And it's so freaking hard because your mind is so strong, and it can literally seriously, like, switch in an instant, like, from positive to doubting. Let me just tell you guys, pray a lot, okay? You need to pray a lot. You need to pray over your charts, like, literally hands on your charts, and you just pray for these charts, and pray for every person on your chart, pray for every customer coming into your business, pray for sanity, pray for strength, and just know that you have to also, don't forget to pray for, like, your weaknesses. I always usually forget to pray about that, and that's what I need the most help with. Self-doubt, comparison, confident, like, all of these things that I overthink, not trusting in God as much as I should. There's things that we have to also trust in Him for, but He's gonna match, like, God blesses efforts, okay? So, like, if you are putting the effort in and you're working hard, like, He's not gonna just give it to you and then just because you want it or whatever. Like, He puts opportunities out here for us, and this is what I tell the distributors, like, I truly, like, believe, like, He gave me this business, so why would I not go above and beyond? Like, He's given me this opportunity. I'm here. I know that I'm meant for more. Why would I stop? I'm helping more people change their lives every single day, and you have to look at it like that too. As when you're promoting, you're not just promoting yourself, your team's promoting too. And guess what? Like, that is helping people on your team, changing their life and giving them hope. And then guess what? They're going to be changing more lives, and then so on and so forth. And guess what? Like, but you have to remember, it's not all about you too. Like, promotions, it's hard because you're so focused on your chart and you're so focused on you and, like, where you're going. You can't forget the people that are are on your chart, because you know what they have, they're going probably after a goal themselves. And so you have to remember that, you know, that was my biggest thing, is like I'm so red and so like just ready to go, that like this was when I promoted to diamond, because it was just, I was so new still. I promoted in 4 months, so I literally was still learning. I didn't know what I was doing, but you know, like I've realized like people are people and their lives matter, and like these people are going for promotions too. Now let me just tell you this. This is kind of like a side note, but I watched 2 Zooms, and then I got on Pam Souter Zoom, and I heard this total of 3 times today. So I'm thinking this is God trying to tell me something, okay, about my own charts, and I'm praying about it, okay? I'm praying about where to place my people, and I think he's giving me an answer. This is what I will say is, you cannot fall in love with people's potential. And I hear this all the time because I do that. Like, I do that. You can't fall in love with people's potential. You have to fall in love with, you know, the action. And I know Kelly's told me that so many times. I know like other people have said that so many times. But then I'm like, today's just different. And it just registered with me. And I'm like, okay, maybe that's meant for me to like really fully understand, because I'm having issues with that. So like when you're promoting, you have to remember promotions. I know people say stack and, you know, do this and that with people that aren't working. I get it for promotions, but just know that for future wise, work with your runners and even the ones that are walking, but don't hope for something that if someone's not working, they're not enrolling, and they're not doing the things that they need to do to promote, and you're trying to go for the promotion, you know, you got to find someone else. In all honesty, you got to find someone else to run with. And that might take stacking under them for you to promote 1 month and then rebuilding the next month to run with that person you put under them. You just have to, I know this is kind of like off topic, but like I felt like I needed to say that because so many people, so many people say like they get down in dumps like this person's not working and like they're not running like an auto shipment, or they're not matching me, and I'm giving them a paycheck, and that goes back to it's your promotion. But just know that later on, just be smart about your chart when you promote, and just know like you might be temporarily getting someone to a promotion to get you to a promotion, but just know for future wise, just run with those people that want it as bad as you do, and your promotion will fall into place. It just does. When I started focusing on my team more, which a lot of y'all are on here, and I'm trying to really teach later leadership, which is working really well so far. That was one of my struggles, but I'm trying to teach you guys as my leaders later leadership, so you can teach your team how to be later leaders or leaders, and teach them how to teach, and so on and so forth. That's part of what I want you guys to teach them, because like when you go for a promotion, it's stressful, but you know, you just have to know that you want to really focus on your team too, because it will just all fall into place like it should. So I don't know why I threw that in there, but I felt like I needed to say it for some reason. So that's just me. I go on tangents.
Can I say something?
Sure.
So last 7 days, follow-up Friday, you know, we say follow-up Friday. Follow-up Fridays every day, the last 7 days. Really great tip. When you are in, like you've probably got lists in your planner, you know, potentials all over the place. We're all not as organized as Courtney is. Anyways, when you are looking, like if you're on a computer or a tablet or whatever, you can search your messages for keywords like cleanse, like wraps, like coffee. Make sure that no one is falling through the cracks. If someone has ever shown an interest on a post, on anything, you're following up with them. You're telling them about this amazing deal you have this month for new customers. where they could do a 30, 60, or 90-day challenge and they get free shipping and they get this and they get that. You guys, with this promotion and with the LC customer stuff, like volume is a non-issue. If you think it's an issue, it's because you're making it an issue in your head. Okay. And it's okay. Like some people are really good at upselling. It's also okay to sign customers that just want a bag of coffee or just want a cleanse. Sure, we're going to try and upsell, but don't throw away a potential customer because you tried to upsell them so freaking hard that they're like, no. So keep that in mind too. Couple things that I really liked that Mira said. So if you watched Mira's thing, you're hearing this twice, but she said she was a VP. And if you guys don't know who I'm talking about, she just went pres. She went triple and presidential this year. She was a VP at a company. She's a lawyer, like very well-rounded, very educated background. She's 38 years old. She says that just from her reading, like she read so much while she was in school, which I can kind of relate to that. She has a hard time with reading. So she's like, I do like 5 minutes of personal development. Like I think she said TJX or can't remember. Anyways, and then she dances it out. And so if you don't watch Grey's Anatomy, like that may not be cool to you, but like, I love that. Cause she's like, I came home every month or every day, like going into pres. She was like, and I would dance it out, like put on house music and dance for 5 minutes. And she was like, and get rid of all of that fear that I was carrying around with me and letting, beat me down. And she worked full time as a VP until after she went triple. Like after she went triple for several months, she worked as a VP because she just got divorced and she has tons of debt and all of these things going on.
That's a lot of work. You think I was thinking like, I know a lot of you on here work full time and do this business and maybe in school too, but like so many people that have that same life are doing this business too and being super successful at it. What is that one girl or that one lady, she like almost died a couple times, like crazy
Nicole.
life story. Yeah, Nicole. She's a presidential diamond still working full time because I forget the reason. Just because, I think. And it's like, what?
And she makes bomb money.
Like, yeah, she's really like good. One of the top income earners. She ain't like a presidential, like not presidential. She's a president diamond and she's working full time. And it's like the reason why they're able to do that is because they want it that bad to where they make it work. Even on their hard days. She was laid up in the hospital, I think, working in this business. Like, I don't even know. I know, like, that's crazy. Like, I believe you do need your time, like, if you have crazy things happen in your life. But, like, what I'm talking about mostly is, like, working full-time with trying to juggle this, too. I know, I can only imagine it could be hard. Kelly, you worked full-time while doing this, too, for a time. But just remember, like, you just have to freaking want it bad enough. And that's literally what it comes down to, is that and believing it and putting it out there and being consistent and doing all the things that you need to do. And I like what Mira said too. We watched the same Zoom. I'll send y'all the Zoom if you want. She said, I don't have like a daily non-negotiable, which I have a daily non-negotiable, but she said it's not wrong to have one. But she said my non-negotiable is like, I don't stop until I hit my promotion. So she's like, every single day it's working hard until I get there kind of thing. Like I don't know exactly what she did. She didn't share that, but she just pretty much was like, she did so much, pretty much, like over average. Do you remember what she said?
She only works Facebook. She doesn't work Instagram. And she hosts posts a lot.
Yeah.
Like that's what she said. One more thing I want to share about her. She talked about visualization conquers fears. You have to be able to visualize when you're going to look in Tree Viewer and see current paid month as Ruby, current paid month as Emerald, current paid month as Diamond, current paid month as Double Diamond. Like you have to be able to see that in your head and think about who's the first person you're going to message? Who's the first person you're going to tell that it's official and that you hit your promotion? Like, that was so big for me. Like, Post-it notes, whatever, like, visualization conquers fears. If you are putting it in your face, that's why we write our self-affirmations down every day. You guys, like, if you're not doing that, you're doing yourself a disservice.
You know what we did, me and Kelly? We wrote ourselves checks. We wrote ourselves our own check for as much money as we want to make by the end of next year.
No, not even next year. End of next year. It's,
when was it? The middle?
End of September next year.
Oh.
By September.
We wrote ourselves a check and we look at it and we're like, and we signed it by Mark Pentecost. And we wrote it, so it's like, it's in my wallet, but I probably should put it in my dream board so I can like look at it. But that right, like a legit check, like, so I could physically see like, holy crap, like this amount of money is going in my bank account right now. Like, you have to picture it. That's another Zoom I had to watch. Is like, when she said she hit her promotion, and of course she was excited, but she's like, good, this is what I was working for. Like, she just was like, this is like literally what I was working for. I knew it was going to happen, because she like believed it so much that she like almost already believed it already happened, kind of thing. It was like, she already knew, she already saw the money in her checking account before it was even there, because she pictured it that much. And it's like, it sounds kind of crazy, y'all, the things that we're saying, but like, that's what's getting people to promote, is all of those things. And I swear, every Zoom that I watch, it's the same, it's different people saying the same things. And those same things that they were saying is things that I was missing. Personal development, writing affirmations, and being consistent. I'm not going to lie, there are days that I forget to write my affirmations down, or read my devotional, or pray sometimes. You know, we have those days. But like, that's the only thing that I see in these Zooms. And she even said, this was another Zoom. Did you ever watch that one with Kim that I sent you?
I haven't watched it yet, no.
Okay. Where was I going with that? Crap. Forgot. She said she was paid as a diamond January. She already promoted to, or she was double then. She just promoted to presidential, but this January she was paid as a diamond. And then will be in October, August, I believe. She promoted to triple this year sometime, but then she also promoted to presidential like last month. Okay, think about it like this. She was paid as a diamond in January, and now she's a presidential. That's like 8 months. Am I right? 10. But when I watched the Zoom, it was 8 months. And that's I don't know about y'all, but I don't know if y'all know what it takes to get a presidential diamond, but it's far from diamond. And like, she made it happen, because she said, you know, just because I was in a spot where I was in a slump, that I was getting paid as a diamond, which, by the way, diamond pay is great, but she was a triple by that time, I think, or double or whatever. But she was like, every day I never stopped working. She said, I worked like always. I put the work in like always. Like, no matter if I was about to hit my next promotion or, you know, or I wasn't. Like, she kept putting the work in, and that's how she like quadrupled her volume in 8 months. It's because she never stopped working, even on the hard days. And when they say you want to quit on your best day, not your hardest day, Kelly, you always say that, and it's so true. But it's like, sometimes like you feel like you want to just give up, and I swear, if you haven't felt like you wanted to quit yet, you are not doing this business the right way. I'm just kidding. But like, we had those days where we're just like, oh my gosh. But then you realize, like, well, what would this do to my family if I did quit? And then you're like, oh, that scares crap out of me. Like, there's no freaking way I'm quitting. Like, my family means more to me than that kind of thing. You know, I don't know. It was just kind of one of those wild things that's just like shows how much consistency and mindset. And she has a Post-it like stuck above her bed, like saying top 75. She wrote that when she was a diamond, and guess what? She's almost there to top 75 in the whole company. She wrote that as a diamond. Y'all, what I'm saying is, and this is mind-blowing to me, because I'm not doing this enough for myself either. And that's why I keep talking about like this, because it just is like, always felt like that was so stupid. Writing stuff down, putting it on the walls. I'm like, I don't want my house looking that tacky, But then I was like, every Zoom that I watched, it's like they kept saying that, and I was like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna start writing it. I'm gonna write top 150 because that's my goal, and then we'll move up from there. I'm gonna write all of these things, that I want, and I want all of my so many of you guys. I want all of you guys to be VIP with me. Like when I'm VIP, like there's things that you gotta write down. You gotta think big, and if your dreams all scare you, they're way too small. Way too small. I don't care if you're going for Emerald or going for Ruby this month or whatever. Think bigger, because guess what? If you think that big, Ruby's definitely going to happen. But then you're like, oh my gosh, I'm this close to Diamond. Like I could like freaking, double promote or whatever. Like you never know. You never know. And it's just so crazy because you do what you put out there. Like it kind of goes back to you are what you think. It's like you have to freaking write down what you want every single day, or stick it, or if you write it down once, stick it in front of somewhere where you see it every day and say it multiple times. Leah told me the other day, she's like, I want you to write down, I'm triple diamond 5 times a day, every single day, and say it out loud. She's like, because it's hard for me to believe it, but you know what? I realized today that I do believe it fully now, and I can. And that's why I'm so fired up about it, because it's like, I think it just took me taking time to watch YouTube videos and realizing like everyone is the same. There's nothing special about me, Kelly, or any of the Ambassador Diamonds. We are all normal people, but we have bigger dreams. So you have to make sure that you are dreaming big. If you truly want this to work, it will work for you. You just have to work at it and be confident in it and post about it. I think a lot of you guys are not posting about what's going on this month, and your audience has to know. It has to. Oh, I love that, Bridget. And Bridget just signed a distributor while we're on this call, by the way. So I just want to throw that out there. But anyways, Kelly, do you have anything else to say? Smart things, or do y'all have any questions or?
April, I don't know what message you're talking about that you wanted us to send. I think I was just looking at my notes because I was making notes during the call we were on with Pam, and then during Mira's thing. Another thing she said was, it's not an if, it's a now. And I feel like so often people are like, okay, I'm really going to try. It's going to happen. It's like, no, like.
If it happens, no, it's going to happen now kind of thing. Yeah. I really liked her, and I didn't really know about her. Well, how old is she? She's
38. I met her through the Double Diamond group. So I've known her since last fall. So it's really cool to see like her journey and what she's been through and stuff. Okay. So you guys, every single day, you should be talking to your enroller, your leaders, your spouse, if you need to dance it out, if you need to scream, if you need to cry, you got to do those things so that you can get your work done.
Don't do it to your downline.
Happen. Huh?
Don't scream and cry to your downline. Just always upline.
Right.
When you do that.
Up. But I mean more like to yourself. I feel like I cried when I went double, like to myself. Like
I think so. If you have to scream at hello, like it's fine.
Oh yeah, April, I'll find something. Okay, I'll message you that. But anyways, go do good things. You guys, 7 days. Like, I really want you all to map out what you're going to do for the next 7 days, every single day, what extra things you're going to do, how you're going to make your goals happen. And message Courtney or I if time is now. Not but if it's now. So that we know, and we can cheer you on and we can work with you. Because I've already, like I told Dustin tonight, I was like, I'm not promoting this month, but I have people on my team that are working their asses off. So I'm helping them promote. I was like, so that means paper plates. That means dinners out of the freezer. That means, things like that. And he was like, okay. Like,
yeah. And
if you don't, just last thing, if you don't have a spouse that's super supportive, Dustin still struggles sometimes. And I asked him the other day, what will it take for him to be completely 100% supportive. And he said, when I make over 10 grand for 4 months in a row, he will be 100% supportive. And you know what's sad is I really don't believe that even. He just struggles with it. He struggles with network marketing. He struggles with it. So
I guess there are those people that do. I mean,
and I eventually he'll get there. But you guys, if that's your spouse, you just have to know that you're not alone, and that obviously I'm here doing my thing. Let it fuel your fire. Don't let it put it out. Okay?
Yeah. And one last thing, I want to hear from all of you that are on my team every single day for the last 7 days. I don't care if I enrolled you personally or not, but if you're going for a promotion, I want you to just tell me what you did today. I don't care if it's like, I got 50 hosted posts out today, or just like share your excitement with me. Like, I want to like hear it. I want to know what you've accomplished that day. Like, you don't have to send me a whole list of what you did. Just like cheer yourself on. Like Bridget, I sent you a message, and Brittany did too. I was on here. I want to hear from you, because I feel like I remember when I was promoting, I talked to Kristen and Rochelle. Like, I'm sorry, I messaged them like I feel like all day, every day sometimes. But you know what? That's how bad I wanted it. And I didn't expect them to reach out to me. It's not their promotion. It was mine. So I was like, you know what? I don't care if I ask them 50 questions or whatever. It's going to happen for me. So you know what? I need someone to help me, or I need to complain to someone or whatever if I'm having a rough day, because you're not, like I said, you're not going to have always good days. But, I don't care. Like, me and Kelly are both here for all of you guys, and we really want you. It's more rewarding. Honestly, it's more rewarding seeing my team promote than myself. Honestly, I seriously cannot explain it. It is just amazing. And what I want y'all to leave with tonight is this. You have your fire lit right now because of the Zoom, and you're like ready, and you're gonna message 100 people every single day. Don't let that fire go out tomorrow or the next day just because you don't have us to fire you up. You know what I'm saying? You have to find your own resources. You have to find your own things that will keep you self-motivated, because you know what? It's hard to be self-motivated, but you have to find those things, and you have to make sure you're consistent and feel like this all the time. And if you're excited, it's going to naturally happen. Don't feel like if you're not excited about this and you're not, I don't know. I just remember sometimes, I think Jacob even told me before, this was after I think I promoted a double or before, I can't remember, but he's like, you're taking the fun out of it. And I was like, why are you all, I hate when he's right, But it's true, like, you have to have fun with this. It's still an amazing business. We have fun. We get to work from our phones, y'all. Like, come on. It can happen. But just know, leave here tonight with the same fire for the last 7 days of this month. And you know what? And keep it going for the rest of the year, because it's going to get harder when Christmas comes around. But you know what? It only gets harder if you let it get harder, because me and Kelly did not let nothing stop us, because we went to the cocktail party with the CEO this year at conference, because we did not stop working just because life gets busy. Because you know what? Life's going to throw you all kinds of craziness. Life's going to get busy. Life's going to get hard sometimes, but you know what? Like, you have to take a few minutes through those times, but that's it. You can't waste any time, because time is money. Time is everything. And I know if I take a day off, it messes me up for a whole freaking week. Okay? So just make sure that you keep consistently doing everything we just said, and you will be good. Yeah, you're right, Bridget. Do y'all have any questions? I know it's late, and I know some of y'all are probably going cross-eyed right now with how tired y'all are. Do you not see that Zoom, picture?
What?
Are you on speaker view or not?
No.
It's like messing up her Zoom.
Karen's, yes, it's been doing that the whole time. There's either a ghost with Karen, or I don't know what. or it's the Holy Spirit. Like, I don't know what's happening.
It's getting fired up. It's like we see you and see your picture.
Okay.